Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Now this one is going to be a little bit different. Obviously most of my videos are related to training and fitness, but I think part of YouTube is putting yourself out there a little bit and your life as well. Now I have a passion away from lifting that perhaps some people are aware of, some maybe not, that I have quite a substantial collection of Jordan trainers. I've been collecting them for a good few years now. If anyone is watching this because it's a trainer video or sneaker video, I'm former world's strongest man compare, former bodybuilder. Gym's my life, but I want to talk a bit about my other passion today. Just for the people obviously that are not really aware of who I am and what I do, because they may have come across it because of the Jordan thing. So I'm going to basically do a video ranking my favourite Jordans, and I'm only going to talk about Jordans 1 to 14. So I'm going to talk about which model I think are the best and the reasons why. Now the reason I'm only going 1 to 14 is because he didn't actually play in anything beyond that. So yeah, I'm going to rank them in the order that I like them the best. Now feel free to disagree, that's fine. Drop a comment below if you want to sort of chat about it and talk about what you think are the best and why you think they're the best. Now obviously I don't own every pair of Jordans, every colour and everything else, so I'm going to talk about the ones that I like the best out of my collection. Now obviously, like I said, in the process of that I'm going to talk about which model I like the best and put them in order. So here we go. Okay, so I've got my little helper for here grabbing my trainer. So I'm going to start with my least favourite of the 1 to 14s, which are the Jordan 8s. Now, I'm just not a massive fan. They're very heavy, they're very clunky. I find them really difficult to get on and off. These are the Jordan 8 Take Flights. Just not really a particularly nice looking trainer in my opinion. I know some people love them, but not my favourite. I got them, basically, I was struggling to get a pair of 8s in my size. I wear a UK size 16 or 17, which is a 17 or 18 US. So I'm kind of between the two sizes. It's quite difficult to get, especially with a Jordan 8. They're really tricky and they're not that common. So I kind of had to just settle with those ones. So that's my least favourite. So they're in 14th position, the Jordan 8. Now, if I got a slightly better design, then maybe they would move up the order a little bit. But for now, they're going to have to be in number 14, I'm afraid. We're in 13th place. And as much as I feel like it's a low placing, I think the thing is with all my Jordans, I absolutely love all of them. The 8s are definitely my least favourite, but I quite gladly wear any of them. So I don't particularly dislike any of them. Just the 8s would be my least favourite. So in 13th position, Jordan 7s. Now, for me, again, they're just difficult to get on and off. I think where you've got the sort of neoprene bit inside them, I find them quite tricky to get on and off. I've got exceptionally big ankles, or cankles as we like to call them in the UK, so they can be a little bit tricky to get on and off. But I will say, these are the chambrays. But one thing I will say about these Jordan 7s, I absolutely love this colour. The black with the UNC blue. I do think they look super smart. Like I said, it's more from a sort of comfort point of view and an ease of getting them on and off is the reason I'm going to have to put the 7s down in 13th place. Okay, so in 12th position, we've got the 6s. Now, I know I'm probably going to get a little bit of flack for this because a lot of the sneakerheads love the 6s. I'm just not a massive fan. I think they look a bit too basketball. Obviously, I know they are basketball shoes and it sounds like a stupid thing to say, but for me to wear on a day-to-day basis, they're just not my favourite ones. Couple of little design features. You have got the bit on the back which was modelled on a Porsche spoiler, which Michael Jordan used to drive at the time. They are a nice trainer, just not my favourite. Like I said, I mean, everything, all the sort of 1 to 14s, I absolutely love them all. And these would just be sort of nearer the bottom of the list. But like I said, I'm sure I'm going to get a bit of heat for that, because I know that a lot of people love the 6s, but I'm just not a huge fan personally. In 11th position, Jordan 14s. I actually really like these. I find them quite comfortable. Again, this is just probably because of the ones that I've got. Again, these were really tricky to get in my size. So, yeah, not my favourite colour. If I could get the black with the red that he wore, where he hit the game-winning shot in his final game for the Bulls, I would probably love them a lot more. But I really like the style. I'm just not overly keen on the colours I've got here, unfortunately. But they're the only ones I could get. Extremely comfortable and little design features. So like the last ones, the 6s were modelled on the spoiler of a Porsche. These have got a badge like a Ferrari. They're designed because he had a love of Ferraris as well. So yeah, definitely the colour that I've got is the thing that puts that lower down the list, and they're the only ones I've got. So most models I've got multiple pairs in, but the 8s and the 14s, because they're so tricky to get in my size, I've literally got one of each. So I'm still on the lookout for a better colour 14s. So if anyone that sees a size, UK size 16 or 17 or 17 or 18 US in a Jordan 14, then please give me a shout, because I would like to pick up another pair. Okay, so we're into the top 10. So in 10th position, Jordan 9. I absolutely love the style of these. Little known fact, he didn't actually play in these until after he left the Chicago Bulls. It was when he was playing for the Washington Wizards, because the 9s came out when Michael Jordan decided to play baseball. So when he had a year out, that's when the 9s were released. But I do believe, from what I understand and what I've seen, the 9s that he wore when he was playing for the Washington Wizards in a grey are coming out next year. So I am absolutely desperate to get my hands on those. Hopefully I can get a pair. That's the plan. But like I said, absolutely love the 9s. Wish I had more pairs of them, to be fair. I think they're a really nice trainer. Design's cool. Yeah, and they're just a good trainer. But I definitely need to get those grey ones, because they do look extremely good. And obviously it's quite iconic, the fact that he didn't play in them until afterwards, and then they're the exact ones that he wore then. So that's definitely something that I want to get my hands on when they're released. Okay, so in 9th position, I have got the Jordan 2s. Now, I know that they got a lot of grief, and actually after they were released, Michael Jordan nearly left the Jordan brand behind, was looking elsewhere, because he was so unhappy with the design of them. But I actually really like them. I think they're massively underrated. These are my two favourite pairs, the Chicago's and the black cement. They are probably my two favourite colours. I really like both of them. The Jordan 2s get far too much stick. I think they're a very underrated shoe. I know people are very hit and miss with them, but I actually really like them. In 8th place, now for me, these are the most comfortable of all Jordans. They fit my feet really well. Jordan 10s. So these are Lady of Liberty 10s. They were released on the All-Star weekend that was held in New York. And obviously it's to symbolise the Statue of Liberty. And also Michael Jordan's from New York. So that was the reason they were released. Really like the design. But they're still down in 8th place. But I do really like them. Like I said, for my feet, they fit so well. I think they've got quite a big toe box, which actually I've got quite wide feet, so they suit me really well. But love the 10s. Okay, Zach's holding the right one now. In 7th place, we have got the Jordan 12s. Now, I really like this one. It's the reverse cherry. So yeah, I absolutely love these. The 12s are really smart. Nice, comfortable shoe as well. And I really like what you got there.
The
That's the dark Concord, that's called. So it's black and purple. Do you want to hold it a bit closer to the camera? Yeah, I absolutely love those. They're kind of like a suede material, so they're a little bit different. I've also got a few other pairs of these. So I've got the Stealths. Can't remember what else I've got, but I've got a few pairs of 12s. Do love them. Just a good, comfortable trainer, cool design. These little lines on the outside are to symbolise the Japanese flag, so the rising sun. I'm not sure exactly what the significance was of that, but some of the designs used to have like the Japanese flag in the insole as well. So yeah, there's also a carbon fibre bit in the bottom, which actually was first brought out in the 11s, and then it was sort of taken to the next step with the 12s. But yeah, these are really are a good shoe. So the 12s are the ones he was wearing when he won his 5th title. They do a design called the 6 rings, which has got bits of each of the shoes that he wore when he won his 6 titles. They've got a bit of each shoe from those years, which are pretty cool. I know again, it's sort of sneakerheads get really funny about the 6 rings, but I actually quite like them. I think they're quite cool. They've got like little bits of the 11. They've got the straps from the 8. You know, they've got the bit on the back of the thing like the Porsche from the 6s. They've got a few bits of each shoe. So they're a bit of a mixture. And I know some people don't like those sort of kind of collab ones, but I actually really like them.
Now in 6th place, we've got the Jordan 5s.
Jordan 5s, these are my absolute favourite Jordan 5s. They're the UNC blue. So UNC is the University of North Carolina, who Michael Jordan played for. I've got quite a few pairs that have got UNC blue on them. I talked about the 7s earlier, had that blue. It's like this light blue colour. I absolutely love the colour. I think it looks cool. I've actually got a pair of Spizikes, is that how you say it? Mm-hmm. In this same blue, and they look so cool. But these are my favourite 5s. Zach's favourite
Are these?
The Lucky Greens. They're a bit grubby, but he's 9 years old. But yeah, the Jordan 5s, you've got a few pairs, haven't you? You've got the DJ Khaled ones as well.
What else?
And you've got the white and Concord ones, the white and purple.
I've got 3 pairs.
3 pairs. So yeah, Zach really likes the Lucky Greens, which I love. But again, they don't do them in my size. Yeah, but I would like a pair of those. But my favourite, the UNC blue. I think it doesn't get much more of an iconic shoe as far as Jordans go than those. What are we up to, Zach? 5th place now?
Yeah, 5th.
5th place, Jordan 4s. Got the Red Thunders here. Zach has actually got a pair of them, but he grew out of them. He's now given them to his brother, Stanley. So, yeah, you what did you think of these? You liked them, didn't you?
Yeah, I liked them. They fit good.
I think they look really cool. I've actually got my second favourites on of the Jordan 4s, which are the, you can't see it, I'm not flexible enough, the pine green SB Dunk ones. Yeah, they're a nice looking trainer. They actually really remind me, I know weirdly, for anyone who's my age and sort of lived in the UK, they kind of remind me a little bit of those Dunlop white and green trainers for some reason. I think they used to be like tennis shoes. But yeah, in 5th place I've got the 4s. They're cool, I like them. The only downside I would say for the 4s for me is the rubber bit on the back that's like for pulling the back of it up. Sometimes, if I'm doing a lot of sort of heavy walking, it sometimes digs into my ankle a little bit and can give me a bit of a blister. But aside from that, like I said, I've got cankles, said that earlier. So yeah, it does cut in a little bit on the back of my ankle. But aside from that, I think the 4s look super cool. And that's probably the only reason they're not up higher. You know, just a little comfort issue that puts them down a little bit. Okay, so next up in 4th place, the most iconic one, obviously.
The Jordan 1s.
Jordan 1s. So these are like a Chicago Jordan 1. They're a mid though. The reason being, I had these made, so they're a custom pair. Never worn them, never will. They're kind of display only in my room. But yeah, they're a pair of plain white Jordan 1s that have been customised to look like the original Chicago ones. Now, there's a bit of a backstory to the Jordan 1s. Now, obviously, anyone who's a sneakerhead would know about these ones. With the colours back in those days, the trainers had to match their outfits. Nike actually paid the fine, which was $5,000 a game, for Michael Jordan to wear these and used them as a marketing ploy. So these are called the bands. So they're banned Jordan 1s. So the NBA actually said that he couldn't wear them because of the colours. Because obviously Chicago Bulls, predominantly white, and also the shoes had to be predominantly white. But what a lot of people don't know, they think that this is the shoe that was banned. And it actually wasn't. It was a Nike Airship that had the same colours as this. I'm going to pop the graphic just next to me for you to see. But yeah, that people actually think that those were the ones that got banned. They actually banned a Nike Airship. This was before the Jordan range had been finished. They gave him the Airships to play in, and they were in a predominantly black and red, same colourway as that. And yeah, that was actually the shoe that got banned. So they used it as a marketing ploy, kind of like a, you know, rebellion thing by these trainers. You know, kind of Michael Jordan can't wear these, but you can. So it was kind of like a rebellion against the sort of, you know, authority almost. It was absolute genius marketing. Yeah, Zach's got some that are quite similar to the Chicago's. The only thing is the colour on the heel is white. So I'm not actually sure what those ones are called. But decent looking trainer. Now, obviously I've showed you the bands, my Chicago's that were custom made. I also got these custom made by Matt B Customs. He's a customizer in the UK. Does a lot of work with in JD Sports shops sometimes as well, where they'll customise trainers on the spot. But he did these for me in pink. Got the reverse swoosh like the Travis Scott's. Done an amazing job, and they are pretty cool. So they're totally custom for me. Yeah, cost me a few quid, but was totally worth it. And talking about Travis Scott's, I've been trying to get a pair for God knows how long, and I managed to get these on the last drop. I'm usually pretty good with the sort of getting them on the sneakers app because of the size that I wear. Obviously, there's not that many people trying to bid on them. They don't make many pairs, but there's not that many people with feet my size. So quite often I do win them, but I managed to get a pair. I actually lost the ones that came out recently. I didn't get selected, so got these on the last drop, and then the last one I missed it, unfortunately, but I finally got a pair, and I'm very happy about that. Really nice, cool trainer. I love the swoosh backwards. I think it looks cool, and I quite like the colours. I'm not overly sure about the pink laces that I put in there though. They come with pink and white laces. I think they might even come with another colour as well. I can't remember, but I put the pinks in just because I love a bit of pink. Hence why I got the custom ones. But I don't think it looks that great with these colours. So I might change them back.
Next up, in third place, we've got Jordan 13s.
Okay, so I've got the Chicago's Jordan 13s. This is what he wore for most of the season in his 6th title winning year. They're just so cool, comfortable. I absolutely love the bottom. It's made to look like a panther's foot because Michael Jordan's nickname was the Black Cat, so like a panther. They've really done a good job of doing that. Yeah, you've also got the cat's eye there as well, and one on the bottom. But just a cool looking shoe in my opinion. So these are the ones that he wore throughout the season, and the one Zach's holding. Do you want to show everyone? Don't go quite so close, mate. I want to show everyone the shoe. They're the ones that he wore in the playoffs. Now, although these were worn in his 6th season or his 6th title winning season, he didn't actually wear them for the final game. He wore the 14s, which I talked about earlier, that I really want a pair of. Just because it's so iconic. He obviously, last second of the game, they're down by 1 point. He then shoots the basket, wins the game, wins his 6th title. But yeah, that was in the Jordan 14. Because he didn't wear the 13s for the final games for the playoffs. But I absolutely love the playoffs design that he wore for some of the games in the playoffs. But I do really need to get my hands on a pair of the 14s that he wore in his final game. They're very cool. 3rd place, Jordan 13s. I've got a few pairs of these. But these are my 2 favourite colours. Just because they're the ones he played in. I think they look cool. I mean, I think the black's the best one. I mean, that is just absolutely epic. And I believe it or not, I've actually had people come up and compliment me in the street on those trainers. Go on then, Zach.
Now in 2nd place, we've got the Jordan 3s.
Jordan 3s. These are the white cement model. Absolutely love them. These were made sort of iconic. One, because like I talked about earlier, he was going to leave after the Jordan 2s were released, so they had to design a really good shoe to try and convince him to stay. This was the one that they designed. And also, first one with a visible air bubble. So yeah, that was the first one that they did like that. And also, there's quite an iconic dunk that Michael Jordan did at the slam dunk competition at the, I don't know if it was the NBA finals or the All-Star game. I believe it was the finals, where he dunked it from the free throw line. So, you know, when obviously you get a foul when they shoot, he jumped from that point and dunked the ball and won the dunk contest in these shoes. And there's quite an iconic picture.
Any special designs?
Which shows him doing that. Yeah, I already talked about the first one with the air bubble. But these are, in my opinion, a really classy shoe. I think they've done an amazing job. And yeah, that's, I mean, they're in 2nd place, and I love all my Jordans, so I obviously rate them quite highly. Extremely comfortable. Got a few pairs of them. I do want the black cements as well, if I can get my hands on them at some point. Zach's actually got a pair of these as well, exactly the same, so we can be...
They're really comfortable.
Yeah, weirdos and wear matching trainers. But they are very cool. Yeah, like I said, I've got a few pairs of 3s. I haven't got enough. I would love loads more pairs because they are so cool. And I think they're a good shoe as well because you can kind of... I think the same with the Jordan 1s as well. You can sort of dress them up and dress them down. Like, that wouldn't look bad, sort of semi-smart, and also in a tracksuit as well. And I think that's the great thing about a lot of Jordans. Yeah, they can be sort of worn with jeans and a shirt, or they can be worn with a tracksuit or in the gym. You can sort of almost go both ways of them. But these are a cool looking shoe. Simple, but, you know, very, very nice and sort of understated. And they're super comfortable as well. So Jordan 3s are definitely
Very soft.
Yeah, but 2nd place. Leaves just one spot. Shall we just get straight into it, Zach?
Yeah.
So, for those of you that haven't worked it out, my favourite Jordans are the Jordan 11. Now, I really wanted the Concords, which are very similar to this. They've got different colour soles and have a black Jordan logo there, whereas this is gold. So I do prefer the Concords, but they re-released them not long ago and they didn't do them in my size. So I had to settle for these, which look very similar. The patent leather, the shiny leather, is a cool addition. One, because it looks cool, and again, like, you can dress it up, dress it down. I know there was a lot of sort of people using them in like weddings and things like this and wearing them to get married in because they sort of almost like a dress shoe with the shiny leather. But actually the shiny leather was put in place to stop Michael Jordan rolling his ankles because it's a lot stiffer than normal leather. But these are, I mean, just absolute class in my opinion. They're just, they look cool, they're comfortable, they got the carbon fibre in the bottom, same with the 12s that we like to talk about.
Yep.
And yeah, they're just a great looking shoe. Again, I would love more pairs. Something that I would definitely like to get my hands on, but again, it's not always simple in my size. But also my next sort of favourite that I've got are the Gammas, which are, these are the lows though. But again, I don't mind the lows personally, because you, like I said, they're great for wearing with jeans and stuff. Sometimes you don't want a high, especially with my fat ankles as well. Sometimes the low is actually a little bit more comfortable, but these are the Space Jam ones, Gammas. So they are the same as the ones, apart from he wore the high ones, but they're the same colours and design as what MJ wore in Space Jam.
Which one?
Not the LeBron one.
No,
The one with Michael Jordan in. You can tell the age difference here. Zach's talking about the Space Jam, the second one with LeBron
I was
James
talking
in.
about Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, oh, MJ. Oh, you're doing the... Oh, that's why he was just doing the moonwalk off camera. Do you want to do it on camera?
No.
No? No, not good enough? No. So anyway, yeah, so this is the ones that he wore in Space Jam. I just think it looks so cool. You can wear that with a pair of jeans, trousers, tracksuit, whatever you want to wear it with. Super comfortable. Great for walking around on a day-to-day basis. Also good for the gym though as well. They're good for training. So I think that's as close as you'd get to a shoe that you can wear for pretty much any occasion. I did see on a sort of news thing that next year they're talking about bringing out the highs again. So yeah, the high Gammas. The problem is, so I've got another low cut Jordan 11 that's black. That's the 25th anniversary. So the only difference is the sole colour. The top's all the same. And I've already got a high cut black 11 as well, which I'm not sure what they are, but they're basically the 25th anniversary lows, and the highs I've got are pretty much identical. And they look very similar to those. So if I get then the Gammas in the high cut, I'm basically going to have the low version and the high version in the same trainers pretty much, and they look very similar apart from the sole. So but obviously they're quite iconic because it's Space Jam, and yeah, I just love the 11s. Any opportunity I got to buy a pair, especially if they were dropping them on the sneakers app, I would get them. First place, Jordan 11s, in my opinion, the best Jordan ever released. But it was tough. It was a tough thing to try and figure that out, because I do love them all so much, and my mind does change on a regular basis. So at other times I prefer the threes, but I think most of the time the 11s are my favourite. If any sneakerheads do manage to fall upon this video and they ever come across any size 16 or 17 UK, 17 or 18 US, give me a shout, and hopefully I can pick them up. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, a little bit different to what I normally do. It's not me lifting heavy weights or talking about lifting heavy weights. It's something more away from, you know, this is my kind of real life stuff. Talking about something that I'm quite passionate about and something that I collect. So it's a little bit of a look into my real life as opposed to just being strongman related and training related. But I am quite happy to sort of show a little bit more in my personal life. Obviously I've got the little man with me as well, Zach.
I'm not little.
All right, he's not little. He's 4'10" now. He's 9, so he's pretty tall. I like to give people a little bit of a window into my life as well as the lifting stuff, because, you know, it's nice to understand the person that you're sort of watching. So, like I said, if anyone wants more real life stuff and stuff away from the gym, obviously let me know. If you think I should just stick to the lifting stuff, then obviously you're welcome to that opinion as well, and let me know in the comments. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I will catch you soon.